What's going on YouTube? Is Donnie B all day, and I got another awesome cold steel product for you. Another ambidextrous sheath. Doesn't matter. What I have for you today, however, is this guy right here, the GI Tanto. You can buy these things pretty much anywhere. I believe I got this on base, and I think you can even get them at like Walmart, stuff like that, but online, crazy cheap they are. I think you can get them around 60 bucks, somewhere in there. It is awesome. 12 inches long, 7.5-inch blade. It's 1055 carbon. It's got incredible flex to it. Here's a few points. No jimping. And they have this handguard because it's an absolute fighting knife. It's a throwing, fighting, stabbing, cutting, killing knife. This is not your atypical survival knife. However, it will survive any survival tasks and skills that you need to do. It does have a 90-degree spine, so you can chuck spark. Not so much with the cutout here. The cutout here kind of acts like a choil. It's almost like a half square, half round choil, and for the shape, I have to say it is mighty comfortable. I really dig that. What I don't care too much for is the high side of the handguard on the spine. For me, I think what I'm gonna do is cut that off, but of course I can't do that before I show you the knife, because then it wouldn't be the real knife. The scales are little plastic handles that they throw on because it's balanced so well. They needed to keep these light, and they did a good job with it. It does have a lanyard hole. They are nothing special. They're comfortable without a doubt. They have these concave slats in them that really make grabbing it very easy. The edge is great. I doubt it's shave sharp because I've used this a lot. I've done a lot of throwing with it, and I've even carried, had this with me and whatnot. It's really good. I could probably use to tune up the edge a little. It's been a long time, and but it's fantastic. So here's the thing with the scales. The only thing that ever happened with this knife wrong, which isn't even wrong, is I loosened the scales by throwing it. So what I did is I put blue Loctite on these little screws, tightened it up. No more loosening. This thing is fantastic. Now, Recon Scout, right, an 01 steel, awesome. I showed you this review. Here's the difference, right? Check this out. Look at the difference in the thickness. This is a big old meaty blade. You'll never break it, but it doesn't flex as much, where this one, when you're throwing it, it has a ton of spring in it. Boing, and it's freaking awesome. It really does a great job. Also, it is a cold steel Tanto. They make some of the greatest Tantos on the freaking planet. So instead of telling you about the cold steel GI Tanto, we're going to use the cold steel GI Tanto, and you can see for yourselves. All right, let's go do it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these broken pallet pieces and we're going to chop with that. Since I have to cut it up anyway, why not use a GI Tanto to at least put a dent in some of it? So that's what we're going to do. So let's see what we'll do here. We'll stand it up so you can see it good, and we're going to take a few whacks right here. See how the Tanto does as a chopper. And I have to say that immediately it's fairly impressive as a chopper, right? Is it made to chop? Hell no, it's a freaking GI Tanto. But I'll tell you what, I told you before, it can handle bushcrafting and survival skills. So now, because it's a thin blade, we don't want to do a lot of prying with it. Well, most people wouldn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little prying with it, okay? I have this piece of board on here. Well, that went a little too quick. Let's see if we can get it in a little bit here. And wedge this motherfucker in there. And try and pry with it. Yeah, it's prying no problem. It's not breaking, and it is pulling the board away from the nails, and it's doing a good job. So let's check this tip. I was actually prying pretty hard. There's nothing on it. You can see a little thing on there. That's just a piece of wood, dead straight. Really good knife. Let's go and do some drops and stuff here. All right, so here we are. We're gonna check the balance by dropping it straight, and we'll see if this handle pulls the blade around. It's not going to. This thing is so well balanced, so well made, that it's gonna stay directly in line. Now we'll see if, now I already told you that I put blue Loctite in there, so generally what I'm doing here is to test to see two things really. If I'm gonna loosen the scales, which blue Loctite means I'm not going to, and if I'm going to damage the tip, because nothing damages the tip like throwing. So let's see. No siree, Bob. It is not going to damage. So I mean, this thing is so strong and so really easy just to let go out of your hand that I'm not worried about stuff like that. Let's see if I have anything that we can shave over here. Check this old edge, and I'm pretty sure you can see the pieces flying off because they're flying off. It's for a knife that's made to be a thrower and basically just a fighting knife. It's made to stab and, you know, guard. That's why these hand guards are here. You know, usually if you're getting to a fight where you need a knife, the guy attacking you doesn't also have a knife where you need the hand guard. It's because some guy just, you know, and you had to, you know. So here it is. The thing works. Will it feather stick? This crappy wood is probably going to break apart as I try, but it absolutely will feather stick. It will give you really nice curls. The spine being 90 will create fluff, right? So that's not an issue. Are we gonna, you know, deviate the edge any? Are we gonna have a little delam? No, the thing is good. It's what it is. So let us continue, and by continue I mean let's go do what this thing is made to do, and let's go chuck it. Come on. All right, we had to make a pit stop because I need to take this stuff down anyway. Why not at least break a piece right here? And that is so nice, right? So let's see. I'm gonna try to hold you guys up here. Really easy. Just take down a few of these little pieces so you can see how smooth this action is, right? How great this blade is. Okay, look at that. That went almost all the way through, and I'm shorthanding it, holding this freaking camera. Let's go backwards. And I'm totally not able to swing, but you get the gist. It's on its way down, and I'm absolutely like trying my best here. Okay, hold on. Well, Twisted Sister once said, if that's your best won't do. But hey, at least I got it down. All right, let's keep going. Oh man, another pit stop. Paint can. Yeah, paint can. Any damage? No damage. Keep going. All right, boys and girls, so we are going to do with this what Mother Nature intended it to be used for, and we are going to throw it. Normally I would go back 5 yards and give it a toss, but I like this. So I'm just going to chuck it from 10 and see how we do there. Let's get this tick off my leg real quick. Let's see if we can't give it a... Oh, yeah, we'll cut that tick in half. Oh, thanks, tick. All right, so let's keep going. 10 yards. I threw it low, but I threw it 10. And how do she do? This knife is awesome. I could sit here and throw it around all day. A, I don't have time to, and B, you get the gist. I mean, that's first throw from 10 yards, and it was no problem. My aim was a little off. I went low. That's on this guy. But this thing is Just dead nut, fantastic, awesome, awesome, awesome. You are not going to ruin this in any way possible. I'm grinding it into my fingertip here. It's the GI Tanto. You could see it right there. It's written in clear letters. 1055, high carbon. It's cold steel. It's heavy but light at the same time. It's a good weighted thrower, but light for a survival knife. And it does it all. I can trench with it. I can chop with it. I can cut with it. I can feather stick. I can strike fire with it, and I can throw it. I can lash it to something and use it as a spear if I need to. The thing is awesome. It's a very, very well-rounded, and very, very usable knife. I highly, highly recommend this thing. And I have to say, when choking up on it, it's a lot more comfortable than it was probably made to be. It's awesome. Cold Steel, GI Tanto. I'm Donnie B all day. And until next knife, let's go.